Yeah. Let's get to it, man. Had to add a bunch of people, man. Yo, what up, bro? Nah, hey, that's my motherfucking brother beat, man. Keep on the beat, man. Y'all need some beats, man. Listen to my. I'm going to try to cop this joint from him. I gotta send him a joint real quick, man. You know what I'm saying? The film he definitely applies pressure to them beats, man. You know what I'm saying? So love to the fam. Let me. Just listen to that joint, man. That shit slap. Okay, what's up, Muff? I know, man, we got like one more minute and we be able to go in, whatever. Y'all know me, I like to at least get a few people in here. You know? Hope everybody's been having a beautiful day and night. I appreciate it. Y'all know me. I'm the one who like to talk about the stuff that nobody else want to talk about. That joint slaps. Bring that joint back one more time for the people. I ain't even gonna hold you. Just listen to the beat. Once again, it's Keywan made the beat. You know what I'm saying? I can definitely get y'all plugged in with the fam. We are it's 9:30. We're gonna be talking about have you ever dealt with a narcissistic woman? Sorry to say female. Have you ever dealt with a narcissistic woman before? And I put another thing on there also. But let's just stick to the women. Let's leave the men out of this time. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a talk, ladies. You know what I'm saying? Even men, I'm hoping for everybody to chime in. You know what I'm saying? You already know with me, express your First Amendment. And yeah, it's like a lot of cold hard facts that I looked up, and I looked at this joint. You know what I'm saying? I looked into it today a little bit, but not as much as I was supposed to. But just from the little bit I took at looking at it and every single thing, man, that shit crazy. That shit crazy. Nope, some of these facts I'm gonna drop in here. Last time, let me see. This joint says it was from first published back in November 9th, 2022, updated January 4th, 2023. That's where I got these facts from. You know what I'm saying? For the people who's watching and everything, this is where I got some facts from. But Fat Boy, have you ever dealt with a narcissistic woman before? And if so, in which way was she? Or do you need to like you need some examples? Because I got some shit right here I can give you in different examples.
All right, go ahead. Let's start off with some examples then. You know what I mean? Let's go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, so let me go ahead and you know what I'm saying. There's one, two, three, four. There's five common types of narcissistic like traits. You might as well say. You have the overt. That's like let me. Man, look, man. I'm gonna say some of these words fucked up, so y'all judge me all y'all want. I don't care. I don't care. English was my subject in school. I'm gonna be honest. But you got the overt one. That one pretty much displays the most traditional narcissist traits and what tendencies, as in like entitlement. You know what I'm saying? They always want to be the boastful manner in every single thing. There's the convert one, which is like the vulnerable one. You know, those are the ones that's hard to detect because they always want to play shy, humble, reserved, or even seem insecure to others. The Camille, if I'm right, Communal, I may have said it right, I may have not. That's one who seems more selfless and generous with their time, money, and resources. You know, like they like to put their money to like the charities and all that stuff so they can seem high and mighty and all that good stuff. This one right here, I don't know how to say this motherfucking word. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I'm about to slur this right now. The malignant, Malignant. That one pretty much has traits and symptoms of both narcissist and antisocial like traits, meaning they're considered the most dangerous ones because they lack empathy and they show a pattern to prey on people. Now you have the last one, which they say is a healthy one. They say there's like, you know, they say researchers say there supposedly could be a healthy narcissist trait. And that's like the one who has like the high self-esteem, but it don't really tend to interfere inside their life or their relationship. So it's like, you know, I don't that one right there is like a yeah.
Okay. So we got a handful.
No, there's like bro, there's 15. It says 15 for the women. For the women who I'm not gonna say get offended, but who tells me I need to use the word woman more. Right here it just says 15 female narcissistic traits. Okay, I like to say female. I don't know, it's just part of my average day life. Say female, women, something. Yes, yeah. So, bruh, with those few joints that I've gave you, you ever which one do you think you've done?
I mean, can it be?
Repeat the last part again. The last one, the healthy one, if I'm right. Or you're talking about the part where I say, you know how I like to say women and females, that part right there, you know, I don't want to be offensive because I know sometimes females say, well, women say I need to start saying women and not females. It's just a word. But there's 15 female narcissistic traits that I have found. The healthy narcissist one that was right here, one quick second, please, and thank you, is researcher says that there's a healthy narcissist trait, meaning they're like high self-esteem along with other narcissist traits that do not interfere or cause problems in their lives or relationships. So the healthy one, like I said, the healthy one just seems like it's a, like where is it, you know, like where does it go with that one? But it says some research argues that there is a healthy narcissist subtype that describes people with the high self-esteem along with other narcissist traits that do not interfere or cause problems in their lives or relationships. Moose got the juice. Hold on, buddy. You already know I got you, buddy.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. I need to get a female on here also.
Yes, sir.
Moose
What's up?
got the juice.
What's up with y'all, man?
What's going on, brother?
Liddy gang in here representing. I know what the
Big
fuck
Liddy
going on.
gang, what's going on?
Yeah. What's up with your fat boy?
You know me, nigga. Just another day.
Yes, sir. So, all right. So, what we talking about now, fellas?
Whew, got a good one.
We want, but like, I want the females to understand this, please and thank you. Quella. I want the females just to understand this and like and be honest with yourselves when we talk about this. Whenever we mention, have you ever dealt with a narcissist woman before? Like, have you ever dealt with a? But
Absolutely.
like, their first thing they tend to say, women are, well, what about men? Let's leave men out of this. Leave the men alone. You know, so let's leave men out of this and let's talk about you all. Yeah, you know, so let's speak about the women. Let's leave the men out of this and let's just have a simple conversation about the women without men or women diverting it back to being right back on the men. You know? Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
But why what? But what? Now, how is that sexist, bro?
That's definitely not sexist. That's definitely not sexist, Nico. Come on, Rico. That's not sexist at all.
All right, so then technically,
these women be narcissists, right? Okay, yeah, us men can be narcissists too. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't talking about the men. We talking about the women.
You want me to go ahead? Hold on. Let me go ahead and get this out early because I'm going to have to say this a few times during this joint. Once again, this is a known fact.
It's not
men to women. Men to women, real quick.
It's not one-sided at all. It's not one-sided.
No.
So you...
No, real quick. But see, that's the thing about it. It's showing right there. You can just not be able to speak upon one subject without knowing you're going to have to always flip it back on the other one. So why is it so where we're able to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, inside the first podcast, we talked about why men like to beat on women, but at the same time, why females want to go back to the men. We realized was on the men's neck. We was on the men's neck. We really, and the females still, you know what I'm saying? Like the females still got their little part, but it wasn't still as, you know what I'm saying, like as it. All I'm saying is right now here's a fact that I've looked up. It says men to women, 7.7 of men will develop narcissistic traits in life versus only 4.8 of women. So once again, we're pretty much, we're pretty much a 3.0 up on y'all.
Hold on, fat boy.
We're pretty much a 3.0 up on y'all, knowing that a man is going to be more narcissistic than a female. We know this, right? We all know this. Let's be honest. Even the ladies who's commenting right now, we all know this. Miss Joyce, you know I would love for you to get on here because, you know, I have no problem to, you know what I'm saying? You know I don't have no problem to go in here and let you speak, express your First Amendment. But it's still boiling down to the thing that I told myself, if we talk about this, a lot of females are going to do the one thing that I know they're going to do. And what is that, fellas?
Flip it on the man. You know why? Because they narcissists. They narcissists. Point blank period. They narcissists. Straight up.
Yeah, and it's not even only in relationships though.
It's not. I mean, it's only in relationships.
Shit, nigga. You know me. I grew up with 6 sisters. I grew up in a house full of women. You know what I mean?
Nico, you are a narc. Shut up.
But I mean,
like I said, I'm just trying to figure out. Y'all already know. Y'all know with me, man. Y'all already know with me. If you don't have a problem to go on my Facebook and write a status, you shouldn't have a problem to hop on this live and speak whatever you want to say.
Speak your motherfucking piece, straight up.
You know what I'm saying? Now, Joyce, me and you, we've known each other real quick for a little bit of time. You know what I'm saying? You've always kept it a band with me. I kept it a band with you. Right. Only thing I'm trying to get across real quick, let's be honest. We know men are narcissists, right?
We know people are narcissists.
No. We're not talking about people. We're breaking it down. We're going to break it down. We're talking about men to females. We know people are, but I'm saying we do
Thank you
know
for
men
confirming.
are more
Joy C,
narcissists.
not Joyce. But thank you. Thank you. It's
Oh,
Joy C. Thank
apologies.
you.
Joy
Thank
C.
you.
Well,
Joy
Thank you.
C.
Thank you, because it has an I in it, not Joyce. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Nico.
Some respect on it.
Yeah, some respect.
so
Hey, the tree of you. The tree of you. Put respect on my name. The tree.
to talk to you like
Hey,
a man.
nah, real live though, bro. For real, on some real shit. A lot of y'all women do be narcissists though, and y'all try to flip the script on the man. Straight up, y'all definitely do.
Nobody's saying that there
And
isn't.
hold on now. I can hold accountability. You know what I'm saying? Do I have narcissistic traits? Yes, I do. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I ain't here to sugarcoat a motherfucking thing. I'm gonna be real with mine. Do I have narcissistic traits? Yes, I do. Now, you also got to look at it though. A lot of that does play effect on your partner. Right or wrong, though, man. Come on now, talk to me.
It go both ways.
It definitely go both ways. It definitely do go both ways. But a lot of y'all women do antagonize a man as well.
Yep.
Now,
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
more than
If a man is trying to walk away, if a man is trying to walk away, don't antagonize that man. You know what I'm saying? If he's trying to get away to avoid a situation of things getting very, very violent, why do y'all women antagonize that man?
I agree. I be wondering the
Right or
same
wrong?
thing.
Hold on now. Hold on. I'm still talking. Why do y'all antagonize that man? Why?
Can't hear you.
Yeah, he might be able to see that karma back there, shit.
Moose, you on mute.
Somebody's trying to interrupt you.
You want
I'm just saying.
you muted yourself.
he hit the button.
Hit the button.
He hit the button.
Anyways, goddamn.
It's
Go ahead.
a submissive thing, right? Because that's what they like to think about. So, like, it goes back to masculinity and masculine traits, right? So they're upset because in today's world, first of all, a lot of people misconstrued a masculine trait for an independent woman. And so, as a woman who's independent and been by herself, that's when a woman is out here speaking on the things that she knows is going to work for her. Because at the end of the day, that's what she had to live off of. It's herself, and what she has been able to do. And so we don't listen to people who don't want to listen to us. That makes us a narcissist. No,
No,
that
that's
just
the
means that.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Inside the 15 female narcissist traits, that's the number one. Being self-centered or self-deserved. I mean, assert.
Self-absorbed.
Absorb. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I got you. Because English was my motherfucking strongest suit.
I hate English. I ain't gonna be honest. I hate English. Fuck English.
That's okay.
But
I'm not American.
you know,
So,
that's the first one. That's the first one on the 15 common female narcissist traits. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you said, I don't find it a problem that a female, you know what I'm saying, wants to have her independency and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I support that. You know what I'm saying? Be a boss. Show you can handle your own, hold your own. But at the same time, if you know you have some narcissist ways and you still gotta own them motherfuckers, because a lot of women tend and usually like to, well, no, I'm not that, but if I am, it's because you made me. If not that, well, men is always it's always gonna get that finger or that wave turned back around.
Well,
Yeah.
see, that's where accountability takes into. A lot of people actually haven't healed and been able to actually even acknowledge that they even have a problem. Some people genuinely don't know they have a problem. I'm not condoning that shit. Don't confuse what the fuck comes out my mouth and excuse that with I'm excusing it or condoning it. Some people, I say some people, even though we're talking about women, some people don't know that they actually have an issue with them because this is what they have seen all their life, and so they seem that it's okay. Whether or not they know it's wrong. They can tell you this shit is wrong. Their best friends could be going through the exact same thing, and they'll be like, girl, you deserve better, man. You deserve better. You don't deserve that type of treatment. That man is narcissist. It's easy to hold somebody else accountable for their problems as opposed to themselves. Now, unfortunate when you don't never taught to take accountability, and that's why I always be screaming on my Facebook, accountability, accountability, accountability. Because if you can't own up to your own shit, it doesn't matter about anything else. You have to be able to say, I'm the fucking problem.
Okay.
Accountability.
You know what? I am not listening. We live in a world right now where people have a lot of gender roles confused. And so we go into relationships. And by we, I just speak freely here. People go into relationships and we got men and we wonder, this masculine energy thing, I'm always talking about it. You wonder why women don't listen and this and that. The whole submissive thing and all that shit, I could go deeper into it. But at the end of the day, it's about respect. Point blank, simple, period. regardless. If I'm talking to you, Tav T, and I'm like, yo, I would like it if you call me Joycey. Would it be okay for me to say that you have some narcissist trait because you keep calling me Joyce, even though I don't already told you? And I'm not saying that that's how it is, but is it fair to say that?
Well, I wouldn't say that. But
I wouldn't necessarily say that. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't necessarily say
that's
that.
a name error.
Yeah,
that's like a name error because hypothetically, real quick, hypothetically speaking, I can pull that on every single body. Everybody is pretty much a narcissist in my eyes, the way they slaughter my name. But that's no.
The name.
No, hold on. Wait, hold on, Five. Hold on. It's not about slaughtering the name, though. It's not about that.
But no, that's what I'm saying. Even if I said, this is how you say it.
It boils down to the respect thing. It boils down to the respect thing. You know what I'm saying? If somebody telling you, look, my name is Joycey, don't call me Joyce, and they still doing that, hold on, that's antagonizing. Number one, that's antagonizing. So right then and there, you starting some shit.
So that's what I'm saying. Is it not fair?
So now you listening to respond. You're listening to respond. You're not looking at the bigger picture. You're not looking at the bigger picture.
You said, is it being a narcissist? I'm saying, I'm answering like, all right, well, if you're saying that's what it is by me pretty much antagonizing it, then yeah, I'm having a narcissistic way because, like I said, you told me how to say your name.
That's
okay, cool. I can sit right. Hold on, Moose.
That's being toxic. That's being toxic.
No,
it is, bro.
No.
It is. It's
Bypassing being it's not being toxic. At the end of the day, even though she told me how to say her name, no matter what, I will say her name fast and I'll Joycey. Okay, Joyce. My apologies, no matter what. I'm just saying the name. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying.
My bad. I shouldn't have used my name. I went with that just because of the balance.
It was an example.
Yeah, it was an example.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the same thing I was running with the example to it, but like like if that's gonna be considered a narcissistic trait way or something of the sort, then yes it is. You gotta be able to stand on it and admit the truth to it. It's not like I said, once again, it's not like I'm saying we're still diverting back to men, but no, it's going to be known. Everybody has it. Everybody has it.
Yeah,
everybody has narcissistic ways. Everybody has it. I'm more or less saying and trying to figure out why is it always being diverted back to men, always being the one who has to be the narcissist. Why can't women actually
hold accountability?
Yeah,
which I be doing.
Why can't women hold their accountability towards that? Why can't women stand on being that?
And you speaking for the women?
I'm not sure because I definitely hold them bitches the fuck accountable all the damn time. I was sitting here talking earlier about a female, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? You ever have a female and you're like, oh, I'm about to come pick you up. It's 9:54. We're gonna use the exact time and shit. It's 9:54. Look, I gotta put the baby to bed. I'm coming to the crib, right? I'll see you at 10:30. Oh no, fuck it. I'm gonna just take the bus. That's some narcissist ass way she's trying to fucking
hold on. Say that again.
You're like, oh, I'm gonna come. You're gonna go pick her up, type shit, right? You're gonna be late, so you're like, I'm coming. And she's like, oh, nah, fuck it. I don't need you to come pick me up. I'm just take the bus. Fuck this. I'm gonna take a cab. I'm gonna Uber me over there.
That's like, you know what? Because she trying to make you feel bad of the situation that you got going on.
Right.
All right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Narcissistic ways. Like I said, I have absolutely no problem holding these bitches accountable for their fucking actions.
Prime example. Now say, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, goddamn, a woman do some, like, you know what I'm saying? A female you dealing with do some fucked up shit to you, correct? And you know what I'm saying? You forgive her, you keep forgiving, but in the same token, she keep doing this shit that she knows that's triggering you. You know what I'm saying? And then when you lash out and you turn into a motherfucking gorilla, now you the bad guy. That's not you laughing though, bro. That's some real shit though, bro. Because of the simple fact, you know, I mean, I understand you got broken females, you got broken men. You know what I'm saying? Hurt people.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Hurt people. So if you got a man that's real,
I feel like that's a cop out.
That's not no fucking cop out. That's facts.
I do.
That's facts.
The reason why. No,
you know
I'm
what
not saying that.
Hold on. If you got somebody, I don't like to use the word try because that's weak language. If you got somebody working on themselves to do better, and this person know you real life working on yourself, and they know your triggers and they trigger you, Nico, shut the fuck up talking about some cap. And they trigger you, narcissistic. Come on. Yes, absolutely. Narcissistic. Come on. Straight up.
So
Do you
once again, like TaVin said, like Twist said, females always flip the script on the man. But they do not hold accountability of what the fuck they be doing behind closed doors. Y'all want to go to Facebook and talk about this man. Oh man, he did this to me. He did that to me. But you got it, man. I'm not finna expose nobody on Facebook, on social media, on social media, none of that shit. I'm not finna do none of that. But
Nico, they don't want to hear that.
Hold on. Y'all can take this shit to social media though and make me look like the bad guy. In all reality, you the bad motherfucker. For real. You bad to the bone.
Right.
It's not always the man. It's not
always the man.
It's not always the man. It's not always the female.
Always the man.
And it's not always.
I done dealt with narcissistic women, bro. Like for real, straight up. I done dealt.
Would y'all like to hear the 15? Would y'all like to hear the most 15 common traits?
I ain't finna drop no bombs. None of that. For real though, man.
Y'all to the bow, Bob.
Females really be holding.
Nico, didn't I say that?
Y'all females really be holding us men.
Nico, you're saying this is very one-sided. Yes, this is very one-sided.
All right, okay, hold on, Trisha. You right about that.
It's very one-sided. I clearly said this is going to be a one-sided conversation. I said it's going to be a one-sided conversation.
And
I just want to see small things. Just hold on, Moose. I want to see small things through this conversation. If it's just going to prove my point, or if it's just going to tell me something where it's like, no matter what, it's going to be a learning situation because everybody needs to know about it.
Can't no female on this live right now admit that they got narcissistic ways. You know why? Because they're going to blame it on the man.
So actually, because I'm actually the only female on here, I take that very fucking personal. I'm the only one that's actually on.
Hold on. You got listen. You got females. Listen.
I need
females in the live.
One of the men, that boy, would you pop off so we can get another female in here?
You got females in this live comment right now.
Pull up. Will you come on deck?
Yeah.
Pull up. You come on deck? Pull up. Will you come on deck? Okay, fat boy got off. Pull up. You come on deck? I'll take one.
Talking, right?
I have a goat coming to the live, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to let you all know. And I love this lady. She's a true supporter. She is damn near my #1 fan. And I love the green eye hornet. Okay, I'm going to let you all know.
Listen, I don't know. Like, let me say this. In my younger age,
Can you talk a little bit louder, please?
Hold on. Wait a minute. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. It's a little better.
Okay. Let me say this. In my younger age,
you gotta see your face.
You gotta see your face.
You can't do this audio shit.
But you're listening.
I'm in the dark, honey. Put my babies to sleep. So
there we go. That's
listen.
respect.
You don't gotta see me.
I know.
I'm
talking shit.
Well, baby.
I'm talking shit.
I know you are. In my younger days, yes, I definitely had those traits. However, when you deal with a woman, and I mean a real woman,
thank you.
She will be able to, like, are those times that I have those traits? Yes, absolutely. I'm a woman. I'm grown about my shit. But the thing about it is, as a woman, I can come to my husband and say, you know what? I apologize for the way that I came at you. I'm sorry if I made you feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to acknowledge those things.
But she had to grow from that.
Hold on.
Exactly. Like,
will you stop commenting also? Both of y'all just let her ride. Let her ride. She's a goat. She's gonna talk some shit.
Listen to this. Now, when you apologize, you know what I'm saying? When you apologize for doing the things that you did, right? You sincerely mean it, correct? You sincerely mean it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely.
Now listen. Do you still make the same mistakes?
I try not to. I'm human. I try not to.
Okay. All right.
Let me give you an example. My husband came home. There was a point, right, where I probably wasn't cooking all the time, right?
Yeah.
My husband came to me and said, look, I don't like that we've been eating out X amount of time. I understand you getting off work later, but I want you to cook more.
Okay, now why
Some
would
women would be.
now he can
Wait a
do
minute.
it though, correct? Can he?
Moose,
Wait a
let her
minute.
talk and listen,
Wait a
bro.
minute. Wait a
Moose, let
minute.
her talk. Listen.
We operate differently in my house, okay?
Okay.
You gotta remember, I'm older than y'all.
No,
So in my
all right,
household,
you're right. That's respect.
I'm responsible for doing certain things. So I say, now, the narcissist woman would have been like, well, why can't you cook? Well, why can't, no, you know what I said? I'm sorry. I was just trying to do what was quicker, but I understand that you're used to me cooking a home cooked meal.
Right.
So you know what? I'll do better. In my younger days, that would have absolutely been my response. But when you're older or you're grown, I ain't even going to say older because older don't got nothing to do with it. When you're wiser,
there you go,
and you are able to take a step back, you are able to correct those behaviors. But only a real woman can do that. Like you said, a woman coming on Facebook and blasting her man.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I can be arguing with my husband in the car on the way to a cookout.
Get to the cookout
listen, when I get to the cookout, ain't nobody there going to be able to tell that there was anything wrong within my relationship. I'm going to talk to my husband respectfully. I'm going to make his food. I'm going to bring him his plate. Do you want something to drink? Because certain things don't go outside of the four walls of your house because it ain't everybody else's business. Because let me tell you one thing. There is always the next female who's a narcissist that will try to one-up you and take your man. So while you think you on Facebook blasting your man and making him feel like shit, you ain't doing nothing but making room for the next female. And that's real talk.
Yeah, there you go.
And I agree with everything she said. And I'm pretty sure every other female that's on here will almost damn near agree with it too.
No, they won't. No, they won't because
they
won't.
You
know why they won't?
They
won't.
For the ones that are watching,
they won't because they won't because they not real with themselves. They ain't nobody going real live sit right here and expose what they do behind closed doors because of the simple fact they done bash this man on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Go to cookouts, disrespect this man to his family, all of that, and still be with this man. Correct, right? But they ain't gonna sit right there and say they ain't gonna sit right there and bite the bullet. They're not gonna bite the bullet and be like, you know what? I was wrong.
Like,
I was wrong.
For me, in my healing process, there were certain things that I was able to take a step back and really look at and say, I don't want to operate in that energy no more, right? But a lot of that takes a lot of self-awareness.
Yeah, but Brenda, what she's saying isn't that she was narcissist. I'm sorry, Pat. Beautiful. She's not saying she was narcissist.
Not Pat.
Oh, I'm sorry,
never
Patricia.
Pat.
I'm so sorry.
I like that, Pat. Go ahead.
So
go ahead, Pat.
No, don't do it.
My bad.
Give yourself a pat on the back, Pat.
She was narcissist in that. She wasn't saying that's what the behavior was. She was saying that how she has matured and healed in life. And because she matured and healed, she no longer possesses the narcissist behaviors. So therefore, she can be submissive to her husband because she's actually loving to him and having an amazing relationship. But that submissive actually is not going to come until you actually heal yourself either. A lot of people feel like you can just submit to somebody. It's not going to happen like that. You yourself have to be able to heal, be able to admit and hold yourself accountable for where you were wrong in the past so that you can grow and see the future and where you're going.
Yeah,
because just because you acknowledge that you did wrong, that doesn't mean anything. You can sit here and tell yourself that you want to eat better, and at the end of the day, that just because you haven't processed that in your brain as well, you can sit here and say, I want to do this, I'm going to cut this out, do that. But at the end of the day, if you don't actually hold yourself accountable and stick to that, it doesn't matter.
Accountability is everything.
Exactly. And that also.
And listen, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me say this real quick,
ahead,
Lou. Not only do I operate like that with my husband, I operate like that with my son.
Yep.
I operate like that with any man that I come in contact with.
Yes.
I give every man the utmost respect. You will never hear me say, that bitch ass nigga. Nah, that's not the energy I get. Because women do that. I hear women say that because they're operating in their masculine energy that men don't find attractive.
Thank you.
Well,
men don't find that attractive.
At one point in time in my life, I attracted nothing but narcissistic women. You know what I'm saying? And I can admit that because I was having narcissistic traits. You understand what I'm saying? Nah, for real, you laughing though, man. This is some real shit though.
I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at her.
Straight up, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? This was some real shit because of the simple fact, you know what I'm saying, what I seen growing up in my household. You know what I'm saying? I seen my father, no shade to my father. I done seen my father date multiple women, you know what I'm saying, deal with multiple women. So as me growing up as a young man, I thought that was cool. Yeah, man, you know, I fucked her one week, I fucked her the next week. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't cool though. You understand me? It's not cool at all. It's not cool. That's not being a man.
I don't know who the girl is, Quilla, in there. I never said all women. I never generalized. I said some women. You gotta listen twice and speak. You gotta listen twice as much as you speak. Because I never said all women.
Is a big problem in America.
Exactly,
you know, you gotta listen twice before you speak. Because I never said all women. I never said. I'm saying
female that's not agreeing to what any female that's not agreeing to this shit, you're a narcissist. That's prime fucking example.
She's been agreeing the whole time.
That's prime example though, Mo. That's prime example, dog. That's prime example.
She said she was speaking to you. Like, I mean, I think example, also Mo. You got, like she said.
People are confused on what it actually means. Give me one quick second, Brenda.
You got women that's like prime example, Trisha. You know what I'm saying? You said that you had these traits, right? You fix it, correct? Okay. You know why? Because you held accountability. You know what I'm saying? You held accountability, and that goes with the men as well. Not jumping on the men, but men can't hold accountability of what they have done to these women to make them narcissists.
But women can't hold accountability because
but women can't hold accountability neither, though. You know what I mean? You cannot.
Yeah, because women provoke men.
Listen, like I said before, hurt people hurt people. Point blank period.
Absolutely.
And that's a fucking fact, dog. So once you heal yourself, okay. Yeah, once you heal yourself, now you can look. Prime example. Look, you can't make somebody happy if you're not happy with yourself. If I'm not happy.
Not only that, but if I'm healing myself, then guess what? My husband is going to see me operating in that same energy.
Thank you.
It's going to encourage him.
And, you know, y'all can heal each other as one.
Well, it'll make him think twice
it'll make him want to do better.
Even try to operate in that old energy, because I'm not going to accept that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it encourages your man to do the same. You know, we both trying to work to heal and be better. I would hope that at, you know, me and OJ at 42 and 43, we're not operating in that same energy when we was 32. You know what I'm saying?
Nico, shut the hell up. Your ass do it too, goddammit.
So real quick for Brenda, right here it says narcissistic personality disorder is a personality disorder characterized by grandiosity, entitlement, and excessive need for external validation. Typical NPD symptoms may display differently and less severely in women, making it harder to detect them. While female narcissists are less common than male narcissists, they possess some telltale traits that can be used to identify them. That's what this says right here.
Well, I think everybody has their own definition based on their experience, right?
Yeah,
I don't give a damn what a dictionary says.
Right.
You
right.
I'm just definition.
Yeah.
No. I know why you're doing it, TaVin, but I'm saying like a person is going to base that word on their experience. I don't give a damn what the definition says. I'm gonna tell you about my experience.
Read
you
my
know what I'm
comment.
saying? Like, come on.
I agree because you know what?
All right, hey Rico, I'm
flags for everybody. So I agree with that.
My definition of a narcissist, okay, say I do something to hurt somebody, right? I know I'm doing this shit on purpose to hurt this person. I'm gonna flip the script to make them feel like that they did something to hurt me. That's my definition of a narcissist.
That isn't.
Because I'm speaking off experience. I done been there and done that. I done been there and done that. I'm not happy about it, but you know, I'm glad enough that I can speak on it because you know what I'm saying. I identify my flaws and I'm working on it. Straight up, I'm working on it. Point blank period.
I mean, you can't do nothing but that. I mean, as long as you're aware, you know.
No. You can't. You see, there you go. Nico's being a narcissist right now. He's being a fucking narcissist. Have me kick this man out alive, man.
So let me ask y'all fellas a question. What do y'all do when you're dealing with a narcissistic woman? Do you tolerate it? Do you correct it? Do you pacify it? How do you deal with it?
I tolerated it for years. Okay, I have, and you know, things got very abusive. You know, she put her hands on me, I put her hands on me. But at the, you know, I had to realize, wake up and smell the coffee, like this is not what I want to keep doing. You know, so I had to work on myself to get away from the problem. Because men go through domestic violence as well, just as much as y'all women.
They do.
You know what I'm saying? Talked about that not only physical abuse, fuck the physical abuse, it's the verbal abuse that's the most. You know what I'm saying? You know, every time a female get mad at a man, what's the first thing she say? Fuck you, you bitch ass nigga. You know, so now you call me a bitch, so every woman in your family a bitch. That's how you think. Nah, for real though. You got, you know, come on now. You opening up a window now. That's why I stopped calling women bitches. Fuck you, bitch. Because now you got the right to call every woman in my family a bitch. My grandma, my mom, my daughter, my nieces, my sisters. You know what I'm saying?
That's. I mean, because the thing is, like, the behavior has to be recognized and corrected. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because, like we were saying earlier, like, you can say all day, like, you may know, but you may not want to correct it. Some people think that it's okay to operate in that energy. Like, they don't. That's just, they don't give a damn. Like I don't care. They don't. You know, they don't. Like, so.
Hey.
So unfortunately, it's mothers that are like that, and then daughters are like that, and then the girls' daughters are like that, and it just becomes like generational.
Yeah,
I mean, look at the dumbass shit that we see every day now. Like, bro, every time you open up an app, what do you see? 9 times out of 10, you see a half-naked ass woman shaking her ass. You're so bad that now you have little girls doing it. So, but then you're gonna wait till that little girl grows up, and then you're gonna want to try to say something to her, although she grew up in that entire environment, the entire all her life. That's what she's seen. Her mama doing it, her auntie doing it. Every time she opened up an app, every time there was a certain song on, her mom was encouraging it. Go ahead, honey, shake it. Go ahead, honey, shake it. Come on now. But then you want to have that same child grow up and try to say something, even though you created that environment.
That shit starts with the household, right?
Yeah. All right, I'm sorry, Tevin. We're not
back
taking over the show.
Back in the day when my sisters, back in the day when my sisters and my cousins was growing up, hoochie mama shorts was not allowed. Not allowed. Definitely not. No.
The days you do.
It was to the point where motherfuckers had clothes in their book bag going to school. Oh, you can't wear that shit to school. They going to school changing clothes. Right or wrong?
Fact. Now that was a fact. Right? That's a fact. You know I've seen that. I've seen that.
A lot of these problems that you know what I'm saying, that not only women but us men pick up on, it starts in the household. It starts.
I mean, until women are able to stand in a place of accountability, I just think you're always going to experience that type of woman, you know.
Yeah,
and some of it is environmental.
You know, they say
so. Real quick, my question is, why does a woman always want to accept accountability after you said it to them multiple times, and then even after you say it to them multiple times, they still continuously to do it?
Well,
go ahead, Bob.
You go ahead, Joycey.
I was laughing at Chantel. So I was like, yeah,
it's wait, it's Chantel, not Chantel.
My bad. Spell your name right. My bad. Damn. Well, at least he got me for you, Chantel. My bad.
Well, I guess, Eric, make sure you know people's names tonight before you say a name.
Topic of the night, the name.
We don't want nobody to get disrespected, goddamn.
God damn.
We sound
the
controlling. Hey, Quilla, why don't you jump in this live? You talking about we signed the control? Let us hear what you got to say.
That's what I'm saying, Quilla. You can pop in and you can have your camera on, Quilla, if you feel like if you don't want to show your face at this point in time. I would love to, like I said, everybody comes here and express your First Amendment. You love to write, you love to type stuff on my Facebook. Come here and speak it. You can't be scared to get. Don't be scared to say something and have someone say something back to you. You know what I'm saying?
Forever hold your peace. What'd you say?
Yeah, we're all adults. That's it. We're all adults here. We should be able to talk about this. Having a talk like this can actually help out someone in real life. Why? Because a motherfucker won't say anything. Even like, you know what I'm saying? Some reason why some females never will heal because they don't never want to come on here and say something, or they don't want to actually say a motherfucking thing to no one, so that now when they go into a new relationship or deal
Rico,
with someone, they
who
still
not being
carry it.
honest?
That then if we're going to spin it back around, a man will do the same thing. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, why?
Nico, who not being honest? Who not being honest, Nico?
But listen, though, you say about like women and why they don't change when men keep on saying it. It's kind of like, you know, when your child is doing something and you have to keep telling them.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when you grow up a certain way, it's like a learned behavior. So it might take a little bit more patience with that woman.
I mean,
like as long as she's showing you effort that she's trying to correct it.
Don't use the word try. It's weak language.
I mean,
working on it.
Trying.
Yeah, but try. When you're trying to do something, you just like, oh, I'm trying. But when you be like, I'm working on it, you know what I'm saying? You sound more determined. You feel me?
Okay, I feel you.
Yeah.
So I think that you have to be patient in that. As long as you see that, I think it's okay. But if she keeps doing the same thing and keeps operating out of that same energy,
let's send another one.
All
right, but look, love make you do things you can't explain, Trish.
I mean, I've been there and done that, but I don't give a damn about love because I didn't do. Let's be clear. I didn't go on my healing journey for my husband. I did it for me because I wanted to be a better person. Not for my kids, not for my husband, not for nobody like me.
You want to be a better woman all around the board.
Right. I wanted to operate on a certain frequency at all times. Right?
Hold on. I'm sorry to even cut you off quick. Why do you have to say best example right now, Tom Brady? What?
Man, I was about to get disrespectful.
Come on. As a female, what we're trying not to do is sit right here and divert it back on the man. And what's the first thing you had to do once you start?
That's right there.
Oh, that's low vibrational energy.
Low self-esteem. See ya.
You want to tell you what number that would be? I feel as if that one right there we would call number 3, pettiness and unable to see the bigger picture.
There you go.
Hey, you know what?
Right on the nose.
It took me a while. It took me a while to real life see the bigger picture.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Because when
it took me a while it took me a while to see the bigger picture.
Because when you're used to operating out of a certain
motion picture, goddamn.
When you're used to operating out of a certain type of energy, let's say trauma, that's what you're
having on it tonight. Yes, sir, he is. There you go.
Bob, hold on. I apologize again. Bob, man, it's like you like you call me Bob. I don't care. I'll say it because it's words. You're gonna say this shit one way or another, but we gotta talk about it. Why can't we talk about it? And why can't we just stick to one subject knowing it's going to divert back? Like I know I told myself it's going to, but why can't you just, say not you per se, but just like why can't women tend to admit that they are narcissists?
But why?
You know what I'm saying? Just like
flip it on the man. Be accountable.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like number 2, real quick. Hold on, quick. Let me give you all these. They say the 5 of there is 15 common female narcissist traits. I'm gonna give y'all the first 5 real quick. Being self-centered or self-absorbed. Damn, I messed up. Yeah, absorbed. I said it again. My bad. Number 2, never admitting fault. 3 is pettiness and unable to see the bigger picture. 4 is obsession with social status. 5 is addicted to social media.
Yes.
I was probably 3 to 4 out of those 5. I can be honest.
And you know what? That's a real fucking woman right there, dog. That is a real woman. Now I know multiple females on this live right now commenting that bash your baby father out on Facebook, all type of shit. But y'all sitting right here bashing us men. Come on, man. Keep it a band, dog. Keep it a band, young. Keep it a fucking band. Y'all not holding accountability.
Hold on real quick. Let me go ahead and give a quick 30-second shout out. Commercial break for Custom by Dupree. You know what I'm saying? You need something, he got it for you, from shirts to, what I'm saying, edible arrangements. Anything you need, you know what I'm saying? He got strawberries. I'm pretty sure he can.
He ain't bring me mine,
anyhow, go ahead and hit him up. Nico Dupree. Holla at the man. Now we back to the subject. Go ahead, y'all. Go back off.
Yeah, but look, for real though. That's in, like, come on, dog. Like, prime is like y'all females are not holding accountability, dog. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Like you said, that last one, so pettiness, social media.
But that's nothing to brag about, being petty.
It's
I
nothing.
used to be
It's nothing
petty,
to brag
but
about. It's nothing to brag about. I done got into it with my baby mom several times. What she do? Take it to social media. Number one, that's not everybody's business. That's not everybody's business, dog. It's not, because what you doing is you opening up windows. You know what I'm saying? So now, if your friend slide in my
Raynard
inbox,
Hornet said it earlier. You down to your man. Another female is going to see that as. Let me go ahead and.
A lot of y'all females
leverage for the
down
next
talk men,
female.
dog. You know, y'all down talk the good men, but y'all sit right here and praise these deadbeat ass dads.
Or just no good ass niggas.
No
Let's
good
just be
ass
clear.
niggas, period. No good ass niggas, period.
I mean,
a nigga can do one little thing, one red flag, and you on Facebook bashing this man out.
Nah.
But
I mean,
but you in this text messages begging him to suck his dick.
Yeah.
Nah, for real.
I'm not gonna be.
That shit be going on though, bro. That shit real live be going on though, young. But you're not gonna tell social media that. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You ain't gonna tell social media that.
That's
straight up. You're not gonna tell social media that though. You feel me? You're not gonna do none of that.
I mean, but
or you hitting up these females that this man dealing with, right? But you on Facebook bashing this man out, but you're not gonna tell social media that.
Let me tell you something. As a woman,
ain't no real woman gonna move like that.
Hold on, Moose. Let us speak, Moose.
I'm not going through my husband's phone. I'm not looking at. I'm not doing that. If you are at a place that you got to do all that, I'm not calling another female.
You don't need to be with him. You don't need to be with him. That's insecurities.
Nah, I don't got nothing to do with insecurities. At the end of the day,
a little bit it does, though, Trisha. A little bit it does, because you feeling like this.
Yeah,
man,
I mean, if you're going
like,
over there,
you feeling like this person ain't good enough for you, so you like, I gotta go through this nigga phone.
That is insecurity. Like for me, I'm not doing all that. I'm not going through your phone.
It's pointless.
I'm not calling the next female, because guess what? At the end of the day, he had loyalty to me. Not the next female. She don't give a fuck about who I am. Excuse my language. Like, I'm going to come to my man and I'm going to sit down and talk to him like a woman. And again, you have to be able to operate in a certain energy so that when your husband or your man or your boyfriend comes to you and tells you what you're doing wrong, you got to sit there and put your big girl panties on, shut the hell up, close your mouth, listen twice before you speak. And trust me, I'm 42 years old. These are things that I've learned now that I'm seasoned in. I didn't know these things at 27 or 30. You understand what I'm saying? I've grown, I've learned. And I mean, there's times that my husband says stuff and my girlfriends are like, how do you do that? How do you not? Because my husband and I have a saying, like, everything is not.
Thank you for coming, Brenda. I truly appreciate you being here. Tune in. We'll be back Thursday also. Tune back in. I appreciate you being here.
Bye, girl. See you.
You know, I just feel like when women sit down and they really are able to really listen to what a man says. Listen, I know that sometimes, or a lot of times, that whole narcissist definition is thrown on men, but as women, sometimes we have to take a step back and really listen to our men to find out what they really need.
There you go.
You understand what I'm saying? We have to sit down and let me tell you something. And I'll get off of here because I know other people want to get on here. When my husband walks in my house at 7 o'clock, I read this article years ago. A man needs about 30 minutes, 45 minutes to an hour to himself to be able to go from working husband and to glide into, working man to glide into husband, father, because he's been in provider mode all day. So when this man walks in the house, most days he gets in the shower, his clothes is on the bed, he goes take a walk, he might go out back. I give him his time.
Let that man
you understand what I'm saying? Let him have his time.
Yeah.
And when he's done, guess what? He's happy now to be able to go inside of daddy mode because I gave him a minute. Like, he's not ever going to come in the door and I'm like, not going to do that.
Okay. now listen to this. Hold on, Trisha. Now, say you've been at home all day, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now you know, as kids, we done went through this shit. Oh, why you ain't take the chicken out? All right. Now, when he get home, you know what I'm saying? I mean, this thing's going to be done. Like, is this going to be washed? You know,
the house going to be is pretty much
yes,
is the house going to be cleaned.
The house going to be put in
Say
order.
what you got to say, bro. Don't sugarcoat your words, bro. Say what you want to say.
All right, look, if you've been at home all goddamn day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is he going to have to come home and take the chicken out, goddamn, put it in cold water?
No.
You know what I'm saying? With a little bit of salt.
Never.
Is he gonna have to wash dishes? Is he gonna have to sort clothes? Nah, for real though, because a lot of women sit at home all fucking day and don't do nothing. But when the man come home, listen, when the man come home and he got to do this shit, now I'm the goddamn problem. I've been at work all day, humping trash all day, slamming cans all goddamn day in the heat, sleet, rain, snow, all that. I shouldn't have to come home and put some goddamn chicken in the sink in cold water with a little bit of salt. Now, you know, that thawed out quick.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to goddamn wash no dishes.
I
shouldn't have to do nothing. But like you said, come home and have a moment to myself. And number one, I'm not going to bring my work problems home. I'm not going to do that.
Listen, let me say something. I work full time from home.
5, you
okay?
Bitch, just real shit.
10 hours. Listen to me. I work 10 hours a day from home, taking care of both of my twins. I just had surgery, but normally when my husband is home,
praying for a speedy recovery.
Thank you, boo.
Yeah,
the house is
praying
clean.
for a speedy recovery.
I don't like that word boo. That's narcissistic ways right now. It's like,
Cut the bullshit. I'm family. Get that shit to the other girls down below in the comments. It's me.
Yeah, but
like,
go ahead and say what you're saying.
When he come home, dinner is cooked, the house is clean. His clothes most of the time is on the bed waiting for him when he get here. Okay?
I ain't never had that. I'm trying to see what that's like.
That's grown woman stuff, right? This is all stuff that I've learned along the way. You understand? I've been with my husband for 25 years. I'm gonna take the only thing that he might have to do, which we have an agreement on, if he has to throw clothes in the laundry, I'm downstairs because in the basement it's 2 babies sometimes, so I'm doing all this stuff when in between working and all that. He doesn't care. Like he's like, I'll go ahead and throw some clothes in the laundry. Like we never make big deals out of that.
I like doing laundry.
There's very few times that my husband has to touch anything in his house. I'm not lying. The most he has to do is take the trash out. He'll tell you.
Come on, Bob. Come on, Bob.
Ain't nothing wrong.
Hey, Bob, tell him I said good morning to the hustlers and to the hustle lady. Tell him I said that.
Money making Wednesday.
Yes, the money making Wednesday.
Ain't nothing wrong with a man washing dishes. Ain't nothing wrong with a man.
But I'm never gonna make him do that though. He's been working all day.
Hold on, because I done been there, done that a time. You know, as a lot of people don't know, I was married. Okay, correct. I was married. You know, and I was on goddamn unemployment, and my ex-wife was going to work. You know, I was a house dad. Mm-hmm. I was washing clothes. I was cooking. You know, I potty trained my daughter. I was doing all of that shit. Did I complain about it? No, not at all. You know, because it takes 2 to goddamn tango.
I mean, we've had reversal of that the same way. And I remember him coming to me and saying, damn.
Ain't nothing wrong with none of that shit.
But guess what? In the same sentence, I sat down and I said, it's a lot of responsibility doing this. Like, and I see where the stress comes from. Operating.
It is stressful.
It's a lot of stress being a man. Like,
would y'all like the other? Would y'all like the other 5 from the 15?
Go ahead, give them to us.
I know I'm gonna say this word wrong, so it's all good in the neighborhood. I don't care. Explosive, I guess. Explorative, whatever word. I don't give a fuck. EXPLOITATIVE.
Wait,
I don't care. Judge me on
one. Say it again.
EXPLOITATIVE.
Explosive.
All right, well, I said it right then. Of others. That's number 6.
You said it right, sir.
Number 7 is being overly vain. Number 8 is using sex appeal to concern, I guess.
What you said?
Number 9, huh?
Using sex appeal to what?
Coerce. COERCE.
Okay.
Number 9 is seeming insecure, shy, or reserved.
Okay,
Number 10, sensitive.
You come with some good shit. I
And
like this.
number 10, sensitive and reactive.
I've been a few of those.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people be sensitive though. You know, that's that right there.
But I think
that's
more so like pretending to be that and operating in that,
yeah.
but you're not.
But you know what? You know what though, Trisha? That's also that's the norm. You know, that's the norm. You could meet a female and she be so sensitive, right? You know, hey, it's different strokes for different folks. Different people bring out different things in people, correct? You know, you could be dealing with this one man that was putting his goddamn hands on you, and a lot of shit that, you know what I'm saying, us men do, you know, as us being masculine, you know, raising our voice in certain situations, that can trigger somebody.
No, you're right.
That can definitely trigger somebody, and that will cause somebody to go into a shell.
No, you're right.
Yeah, I appreciate you tuning in.
Right.
Everybody,
you know
hold on, quick. Excuse me real quick, everyone. Y'all too. I appreciate everybody tuning in.
Nobody out, man. We sitting there talking
man. I gotta say my words, man. I appreciate everybody tuning in to talking to Twist tonight. I truly appreciate. Move. Shut up. I appreciate everybody tuning in to talking to Twist. If there's another female in here who would like to join in, please join in.
Join in. Yeah,
but listen,
now let's go back to the word. Go ahead, y'all.
Twist. You got a good crowd, but listen, I'm gonna say this to all the females that's commenting and everything. Come on this live and speak your piece. You know, speak your piece. If you done went through this shit, then you done went through it. But how we supposed to know?
Been this, no, not if you went through. If you have been this, come and speak upon it.
No, if you are this and you're in the process of healing,
get on here
thank you.
Yo, shit.
Gosh, thank you, Patricia.
Hey, we thugging out in public, baby. We thugging out in public.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is.
Because honestly, like, whenever I used to talk on my platform when I used to do it before, like, maybe somebody will see this video and they didn't know they were operating in those energies. So now you've given them the knowledge that they're able to step back and have some accountability and say, you know what? I don't even want to, like, operate in that no more. You understand what I'm saying? Because again, when you are used to operating out of a certain energy of trauma,
used to the norm.
That, like, you make that your norm, right? Like, I hate to say this, but the girl Krishan Rock is like literally the epitome of that. I want to take my arms and wrap my arms around her because she's been through so much trauma. Everything that she goes through, she just operates out of that trauma. So all the stuff that she goes through, it's like normal. She's made it like a normalcy to her, you know?
Yeah.
So I think that when you're able to, like, take a step back and people are able to help you instead of criticizing you, and that's the whole game of, like, women are this, no, men are this, no, men are this, no, women are this. When we can cohesively come together and learn to correct each other in love and maybe a little bit of hard love, right? Because
I was going to say, go ahead. No, go ahead. My apologies.
No, go ahead.
With me personally, towards the Krishan Rock situation, I feel as if it's like I feel as if for real, she's number 11. I feel as if she's really number 11, and number 11 is dependency and neediness. Like it's real life. Like she's dependent on this man, but like she's dependent on the fame from this man. She knows she got to continuously deal with this man to keep that fame going. But at the same time, if he's telling her, like you said in all the interviews, whatever, nobody knows what truly happened behind those closed doors, even though it's on cameras, whatever the hell the case may be. Why are you still, you know what I'm saying, being with this man when he's telling you he don't want to be with you?
Because she's operating out of a place of trauma and she has a lot of daddy issues. And guess what? When that's normal to you, unfortunately, you accept it and you operate in it. I've been in it. Literally. I've been in it. I've been in that place where I depended on my husband for everything. When I say everything, everything. That wasn't fair. And that had to do with my daddy issues. And again, working on my healing journey, I realized that I put my husband in a lot of positions where he shouldn't even, I couldn't have even put him in a place to be able to, or expect him to operate in certain energies because of my daddy issues, right?
Right.
So I always wanted to be taken care of. I always wanted this, always wanted that. But once I was able to recognize that, I did better. Now I'm taking care of our family. I'm helping contribute. I was young and dumb. I didn't know. I got to go because my toddler is just having a tantrum.
But come on this joint. Oh, man. What happened? Oh, no. What happened?
Yo, what up, cuz?
What's going on, fam?
Nothing much.
Nah,
Did you
man.
just kick
I
her
would
off the
never do that
audio,
to
though?
her. Would never do that to her. That's what I'm trying to figure out where she went.
Man, you can't send. I
Nah, yes, you
accepted
can.
it on
That's how I have
accident.
to
You
do
can't
it.
tell me to join if she joined. Shit, I don't
Oh,
know
she
where she went.
said she had to go because the kids were upset. Green Eye Hornet, I truly appreciate you always coming on here and supporting me. I truly do. Thank you so much for your words. I hope whoever hears this entire podcast take your words as inspiration and actually use your words to, you know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. Man, anybody, please, Toots, these just Toots, you know, I'm going to call you Toots. If you want to come on here and talk, you know what I'm saying? Anybody, please don't be scared to send a request to get on here and speak. Also, I don't know if you've
Yes, sir.
been standing or not, but we pretty much, the conversation is, have you ever dealt with a narcissistic woman before? No, no,
I ain't
no,
about to
no,
touch that one
no,
with a
no.
10-foot
Don't be
pole,
scared,
cuz.
my boy. Right here on my podcast, my bro, you able to express your First Amendment. You know what I'm saying? Don't be scared to speak on. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it. This may be something that you truly need to speak on to actually help you heal from something that's probably still with you that you know don't even need to be with you no more.
True. I mean, I've had my run-ins. Pretty sure we all had our run-ins in our younger days. Some of us may be more recent than others. You know what I'm saying? Truth be told, I ain't even gonna lie. I got some narcissistic women in my life that are really closer than they should be. And over the years, I've learned to kind of deal with it. And like, you're supposed to distance yourself away from a narcissistic person. But certain ones in particular are way too close to just completely distance myself
But
from.
if you knew it,
Right,
you know,
man.
happened. You know what I'm saying? If you knew it, what was the thing that pretty much kept you dealing with it?
Some may be family ties, you know what I'm saying? Some of them are just that one ex that you just can't stop messing with throughout the years when you're growing up, you know what I'm saying? But gratefully, I came past that. But, you know what I'm saying? It's been an array of different situations. And I really wasn't even prepared to talk about this topic. So,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Excuse me
listen.
for
You know
being
what I'm saying?
underprepared.
Bro, Tuesdays and Thursdays, this is where I'm at with this boy, man. We're talking to Swiss. We need to talk about stuff like this. You know what I'm saying? It always
I mean, true, you got to talk about certain topics
so,
to heal from them. So,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah, man. It's like we all deal with as men. Me personally, I feel like men, we all deal with different types of women who have narcissistic traits, but you can never truly tell them about them because the first thing I typically notice, been through and seen, even heard, and they're gonna just divert it right back on us.
oh, that's like a major like trait in narcissistic people.
But I would say, like,
Deflecting,
yeah, I would say
moonlighting, all
you
of
missed
that.
what Patricia was saying. You know what I'm saying? The fan was about to.
Yeah, I
You know
definitely
what I'm
tapped
saying?
in
Like
at
I
the last
said,
minute. I was trying to
she was talking
help the little one
some
pack her
good
lunch.
words. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's a conversation that's always gonna be a sensitive, touchy feely because like everybody was saying earlier, it's one sided. It's like you're attacking. No, we already like I said, I'm constantly saying this. What I'm seeing is that 7.7% of men will develop narcissistic traits in life versus where women well, versus only 4.8% of women who will, you know what I'm saying, like develop narcissistic traits. So,
Oh, them statistics
you
is
know, it's
crazy. That
like we're
stat
pretty
line
much
crazy.
3 up on you with that. So it's like we know, like it's not that, not we, everyone knows that a man is going to be more narcissistic than a female, but they also say it's harder to detect in a female. And you already know you can see in a man. Well, a
True.
woman in a man. My apologies.
I honestly never would have thought like to sit down and look at the stats on that, but I could see how you would definitely have a point on that one. But in my experience, normally the women that are narcissistic, and I'm not, what I'm saying,
Well,
picking
well, well,
sides or nothing on
hold
who's
on,
worse,
quick. My
but
apologies to cut
the
you off.
women be the
Have you
coldest
truly?
ones.
Can you truly say you are not it? You're gonna have to give me a second. You can talk to the people
Hell
for a
nah.
second. I got to get my motherfucking talking. God damn it. Hold on. Be right back.
How you just gonna hand the podcast over to me and I'm trying to cook? But all right, in my experience, y'all, women be the coldest narcissistics, well, the most ruthless. And I don't know if it's just the perspective from a woman's mind or how they do things, but a lot of times it's worse off on the women's side. Now, don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna go too deep into it, but I have somebody very narcissistic close to me that was been in my life my whole life, and she definitely it when it comes to it. But at the same breath, women are always colder on what they do anyway. They say if a woman really loves, all women cheat, but if a woman really loves you, you'll never find out. So I mean, when it comes to just things like that in that nature, normally women are colder with what they do. Like when dudes cheat or something like that, and I know that ain't really a topic. When dudes cheat, we do it out of lust. When women cheat, 90% of the time, they do it because they really like that nigga, and that's horrible.
I'm sorry, y'all. Once again, as y'all can see, I still got that four speed.
Man, but nah, I just basically touch topic on like normally a lot of time when it comes to women, women always colder on what they do instead of a man, well versus a man, because as
Yeah,
men we
I
don't
would
think
say
as
me
thoroughly as
personally
women
as a
do all the
man,
time.
we typically don't care. We're just going to go do it. We're gonna go do it.
Yeah,
We
you
get
know what
caught.
I'm saying?
We
As
get
with a
caught.
woman, it's more
We're
methodical
gonna
because they done sat
figure
down and
out
thought
once
that
we
shit
get
out.
caught. A female, no, she's gonna break it down. I know I want this nigga because in some way he's better than my man in this way. And to this, and this.
Bro, I just said
From
that
once
shit,
again
bro. I just
from
said
what
I was
I've
like,
been
when men
seeing,
cheat, they
notice
do
her
it out of
and stuff.
lust.
That's how. But it's like it's females are gonna break that shit down to a T on how they'll go out and cheat compared to a man
And
just all right.
look, I just say like when they come to women and cheating, men we cheat out of lust. Women, they different. They'll cheat and they really like the nigga or they know it's really gonna hurt the male they trying to get back at. And man, we don't even think that far into that process, bro. I know it's been a few times I done did some bonehead moves and I be like, I ain't even really like Shorty, but at the end of the day, the one that I hurt, she did something way more brutal. Like a woman to sit there and jump your man's like, and he be your best friend. Like we all got our crews, but everybody got that one homie that's like that's your right hand, like how we was when we was kids. Man, just think about some of the shit
What's
that we
crazy?
used to do when we growing up as kids. I remember the time we got caught at the store and I got caught stealing or some shit. You remember the punishment I had for that one? Like, come on, bruh. Like, who? What? Unc wasn't thinking no wild ass shit like that. Like to have your own cousin discipline you for getting in trouble. Like, who the fuck thinks of this shit, bruh?
Nah,
I'm sorry, I
nah.
ain't
Hey,
supposed to be
listen,
cussing
bro.
on here. It's a
Express your First
podcast. I
Amendment. Don't hold your
apologize,
words back.
ladies.
You can
I'm
say
being...
what you want. Nah. Hey, look, bro.
Nah, man,
Hold
talk,
on,
man.
hold on.
Nah,
If they
man.
ban me for letting people speak their true mind and say their words, then I take it because I at least know. I at least
Man, I ain't
know
even worried
that
about
I let
defending
y'all
you.
talk
Man,
y'all
Mark be
realness
on
and
my
everybody
heels.
else won't.
Man, Mark be on
Hey,
my
calm down.
heels,
We
but
don't
he
drop.
gives me no
Now look,
space.
we don't
Don't
drop his
go. No
name,
fly
all right?
zone. Man, I'm dropping names because boy be at my house like he got a search warrant. Like, I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, I ain't even trying to be funny, cute about it, none of that. Nah, buddy be on my heels.
Yo, yeah, mine go. Now back to the topic real quick. I wish I could have a female please come in. Let me see if I got. Let me see something real quick, man. I gotta send someone. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask someone. Someone come in here. You know what I'm saying? Anyone.
Man, I don't know how you got me in a podcast and I'm
Bro,
sitting here
easy,
cooking
man. You know what I'm
burgers.
saying? I like to ask the stuff that people don't want to ask. You know what I'm saying? I like to get the.
I mean, look, I honestly like stuff like this, so
Yeah,
I'll
man.
tap
Listen,
in
this like I
whenever I
said,
can.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. This is where I'm at with it, man.
All right, man, you gonna have to
Hey,
jump on these streams with me with
man.
this
You know,
Modern
listen,
Warfare too. Me and
listen,
little bro been
listen.
going
Don't tell the
crazy.
people about me in Call of Duty now. Don't tell them about me in Call of Duty. We gotta talk about something.
Man, look, man, you might as well go ahead, strap up, and
Hey, man.
vibe with us.
If y'all, you know what I'm
You
saying? I
play
don't know. Me
DMV
and the
yet?
team, we be knocking us. We be knocking.
You played that
Nah, we ain't
DMV
went through that.
mode yet?
Come on, man. I gotta get back to topics, man. Come on, you give me
Man,
something else, man. Come on.
I
You know
know,
that's
man,
my
my bad.
stuff real quick, man.
Look,
Come on.
look, I'm about to sit here and listen to the rest of the podcast. I'm gonna sit here and listen to the rest of the
Say less.
podcast.
I
When you
got
hop
you.
off here, just tap in with me.
I love you, bro. Appreciate you
For
pulling
sure.
up, bro.
Love you too, bro. No
That's a bet.
problem.
I love you,
I'll
home.
tap in
Holla at me.
anytime I can. Love you too.
I appreciate every single person who be tapping in right here, man. Golly, I have another legend coming to this. Yes. I feel as if this talking to twins is becoming great. I have another legend. Okay, this right here. She cussed me out growing up. She used to watch me growing up. You know, I had to get beat up by her a few times growing up, but I can say I love this lady. How you doing, Thanks? Hello? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What we got going on? What happened? Well, okay. Send it again. Send it again, Sway. I don't know what happened. I added you. We can go down. Yeah, after when we get someone in here, we can go ahead and talk about these last five. You know, but this topic that we are on is something that is more or less towards, like we were saying earlier, accountability. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be able to at least acknowledge it and accept the fact. You know, that's the main thing.
Did it work?
You are in here. Yes.
Okay. Sorry. Demarcus kind of got mad over ice cream, so I lost you.
So,
Oh,
what advice do you give a narcissist woman? Me personally, what advice I give them? At least admit to it. If you admit to it, I personally feel that if not that, if you know you have ways, at least when you know you display them or you're going to display them, let your partner, your man, or whatever you're even if you're dealing with a female or a woman, let them know, like, hey man, listen, you might want to step off. Can you hear me now?
Yes, but that means somebody has to actually acknowledge and accept and own that they have those traits. That means somebody who actually helps them understand it without making them feel worse about themselves. Like, people don't stop and think about, sometimes it's really the deliverance of the person helping you acknowledge something in you. If you give it to me in a way that makes me feel even worse, you might get the wrong interpretation. You might get the wrong reaction because, damn, like, it didn't have to be like that. How do you expect me to think you care if you're telling me something that is beneficial to me, but you giving it to me like, nah, that doesn't always work. So it's a matter of what someone actually knows and can get help with.
So then, what would be the best way to go? Like, what's some ways that
Therapy. Listen, I'm big on mental health. I'm big on mental health. It was something that I always struggled with. Didn't even know it was something until it was way too late. Like, it's a serious thing, and you can ask any of my kids. They'll tell you it saved my life and theirs. It's serious because people are literally, like, it's a trauma that teaches you that. Nothing in someone makes them wake up and say, I want to be this way. I'm gonna prepare for this. If this thing happens, I can this. No, it's something in you that already created that mindset and that feeling. So when somebody hits that trigger, you might not even know it's your trigger, but you're going to immediately attack. Hurt some of the people you don't mean to hurt in that way.
How do you feel about how do you feel about what how do you feel about what Griff said? Accountability doesn't make you feel good, though.
Well, it's true. That's what I was about to say, not to cut Toya off. What's going on, family? Love, love, love.
Hello. Hi.
Sometimes,
Listen, what she said.
Sometimes accountability can't be given in a gentle way, right? Because if a man, and I'm just saying a man because that's what we're speaking on, if a man has been dealing with a certain type of behavior for so long and he gets fed up, I seriously doubt he's going to be able to come to you in a gentle way, not excusing the behavior, but he may come to you with a little bit of sternness and frustration. You know what I'm saying? And as a woman, you have to be able to step back and say, okay, maybe I fucked up. Maybe I need to shut up and listen to what he's saying. I understand what you're saying, but sometimes you want that to be given to you or that grace to be given to you. But also with accountability, sometimes it's not given with a gentle grope. You understand what I'm saying? Or a gentle whatever. Sometimes it has to be given harshly.
I completely understand, but I also feel like there are something, like, I'm not talking about giving someone so many opportunities for the same thing to keep smacking you upside your head before you say, hey, this is a problem. I'm saying when you see it, that red flag is already there in your life. It's like natural. So when you see it, speak on it then. That first time, have enough common courtesy to just be like, look, this is not how this is supposed to be. You can say it with some aggression, but don't come and then please just don't. I've lost some genuine people for no other reason than, regardless of anything, the time frame in which it just took for somebody to say how they felt or what they actually needed from me as a friend or as whomever. So if you're telling me this is something you looked at and had a problem with for 5, 6, 7 weeks, months, days, years, we have a problem, because now I'm gonna question who you are in my life for all of that time frame. Why didn't you say something? So you've been looking at me 50 the whole time but claiming you're 100. We have a problem.
Well,
That's not
no,
even...
I don't agree with that, because some people, like for a man, most of the time, at least my observation, they normally aren't going to say something the first time. Maybe not even the second time, right? Because you have to also understand who you're dealing with, whether that's your partner, your friend, your boyfriend, even your brother, right? What was their experience and being able to come and confront certain situations and say how they feel? Because some people don't come from a household or come from a situation where they were even able to articulate how they feel. So you also have to take that in consideration too. So maybe they weren't comfortable because they weren't sure how you were going to react. And again, this is coming from a place of a seasoned 42-year-old woman that's learned a whole bunch of shit. You understand what I'm saying? And I've only learned these things by healing and acknowledgement and observation. And I think when you're dealing with a man, you really have to consider all of those things across the board.
Excuse me real quick. What Curtis said was some people don't or won't listen, even if it's said politely.
Run. Sorry. But no, see, listen, this is what I mean. Like, I thought, I'm sorry, because I thought this was about narcissistic women, but narcissistic women or men, it's still a narcissist. Like, literally, I'm serious. My thing is this, like, I get what you're saying, Trisha. This is the factor in it. If you claim to know me or want to get to know me, don't let the problem become too big that it becomes a serious problem. Now, even in so, how someone responds and what they choose to do afterwards shows you. But in that, literally just run. Because if somebody don't care enough to even just consider it, all you're about to do is just sing yourself into more narcissistic traits that are going to be breathed into you. Then you're going to start spewing them out to other people.
I could agree with that. But
it's dangerous.
It is.
But I get what you're saying. Like, yes, because some people, I understand, like, people because, I guess they would just be starting out or whatever.
Yeah, not even that. Like, I've been with my husband for 25 years, and he's nowhere near the same. His mentality isn't even the same as it was 5 years ago, right? We all evolved and changed and learned. And there was time 5 years ago where my kids or my husband could have came to me and said something to me, and they could all tell me I was doing something, and I would be like, no, I wasn't. But I learned to shut the fuck up and listen twice more.
I hear that all the time.
You understand what I'm saying? I've learned that I have to take a step back, use my language, but shut the fuck up and listen to what is being said, okay? So I've learned this. Like, you have to be able to sit down and be quiet and really, really absorb what people are saying to you without being in a place of, like, you feel like you're being attacked. Like, you got to remove that emotion, even though it's hard to. You have
girl. Yes, people don't know how to do that.
Can I give you the last 5? Because you just hit number 13. You just hit number 12. Number 11 is dependency or neediness. Number 12 is playing the victim card. 13, passive aggressive and manipulative. 14, bullying or being a mean girl. 15, instability in work, life, or relationships.
I've been about 3 of those probably. And I was. I really was. Like, you could literally tell me that I did something, and I'd be like, no, I didn't. Well, you think I know. And I've learned through this whole healing journey, it ain't the fuck about me all the time. That no matter what I'm going through, I always 100% have to consider the other person, no matter what. As a matter of fact, even take myself completely out of the equation, take my feelings and put them to the side, because right, feelings can do a lot of things, right? It can give you your interpretation could be like completely wrong. But Toya, you and I know as women, often enough, we feel attacked when a man corrects us, right or wrong.
I will say this.
Hold on, one second, real quick. Hey, Grip, if you would like to come on and speak, please come on and speak, bro. I would love for you to definitely get on here and speak and talk your piece. Curtis Taylor, I call him Grip. Fam, if you would love to get on here, I appreciate you if you get on here and speak your piece. All you got to do is send a request, and you're on here. Go ahead, Pat.
I honestly think that from both sides, a lot of people, male or female, feel attacked when someone is.
Leave the male out of it.
But listen, hold on, let me finish. See, quiet.
I apologize.
Listen, females' reactions become aggressively and out of control, opposed to a man, because instantly we're like, what? Like, no, you can't. I think for me it was different because growing up in this family, which I love and I'm thankful for, I always felt like I was different. So I spent a lot of time, like I wasn't a kid that went outside. I was inside. And while everybody felt like I was being nosy, I was paying attention to everything that was going on. So I learned a lot of different ways to see a lot of different things and look at it. Like, damn, remove myself. Like, I look at it from everybody's point of view. Everybody's always like, you have to listen. You're not always right. But I'm going to consider everybody in the scenario. Just because this person is my whoever, you're not special. You don't know what this person's, just because I know you and I know your story and how you got here, I don't know how this whole thing came about. So it just boils down to,
I always say, like, two people can be going through the same exact situation, have a totally different experience. Look at your siblings. Look at your siblings. How different are each one of y'all?
I say it all the time. Put us in a picture and you'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's me and my sister.
Or even like cousins. We all grew up in the same house. Put us all together and you'd be like, wait, what? Or like tell everybody to like just freestyle, dress themselves either however and show up for a family picture. It's gonna be like, what the heck? Got people showing up in ball gowns and tuxes and showing up in trap outfits and all kind of shit. Like, it's just us. And you'd be like, wow, you know what I mean? But as a result, like that's always me when it comes down to scenarios. And it took me a long time to get there with my own scenarios, but with everyone else's, I was always like, hey, consider this. But for somebody else, for me, for a long time, it was like, well, I didn't deserve that. They did something to me first. So self-destruction. For a long time, I probably exhibited every narcissistic trait there was to so many people, because it was like I was always waiting for that moment, knowing something was going to happen, and then no, you know,
send a request, you know, you get back in.
So yeah, it just, that's that. But the factor of it is, like the person before, the guy said, healing. If you can't just accept the factor that, hey, something is wrong and you don't know what it is, and spend the time to heal and deal to be better for you, you'll be stuck there forever. And I'm thankful that, like, in the mix of my mess, God sent me what he sent me, and I was able to heal and deal through that and see it differently, because in every scenario, I really do stop and consider everybody. Like, I wish Moose was on here, because he said, you're always trying to justify something. He tells me that about people, but it's not. It's not about justifying anything. I don't even know if this is the possibility, but there's always a possibility that you don't know, because you just don't know. So if you can't consider everybody, then you definitely don't need to give nobody no advice. You don't need to be listening, and toxic people don't need to be breathing that into others.
TaVin, what do you think women can do better when it comes to having those traits when dealing with a man?
I mean, honestly, the main ones nowadays, I feel as if that's like really, really on that's shown more than anything. I'm gonna say the number 2, never admitting fault. Number 3, the pettiness and able to see the bigger picture. Number 5, I feel as if number 5 is the number 1, to be honest with you, addicted to social media. Number 8, the using sex appeal, that plays a lot nowadays. The seeming insecure,
it always did.
It's like those things. I'm more or less just saying those things right now are the things. Definitely the social media. Me personally, a lot of females. I apologize. A lot of women, in my eyes, who have the social media narcissist trait, they feel as if that is like to be their safe haven, where, you know what, I've already been saying fuck this nigga, or whatever my relationship status from Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, whatever one you're on. Because once you pretty much, like you were saying, once you pretty much blast your man, you're pretty much already showing other men, like, man, well, you could apply pressure if you want to, because I'm telling everybody about my relationship, and I'm putting it on a main platform where everybody's going to see it, no matter.
Yeah, because
no matter
the woman usually goes back to the man even after she blasts all that shit. So what is that saying about you?
So that's where I get back to, why can't the female number 2 never admit fault? Like, once you run to the social media, even if it's a subliminal post where you don't tag me in it, like, You can drop a goddamn TikTok little video of a person talking about whatever you just dealt with your partner, and they're talking about that situation, and you post it towards your social media. If it's been pretty much of a consistent thing you're doing, you're pretty much still already letting the world know what's going on in your relationship. But they once again come back to number two. No, that's not it. It's not about you. It's just, it's so it hits home, and so it's real to me.
Well, if it hits home, then take a step back and deal with home, not go on the internet. Because it's people looking for your downfall, whether women want to admit that or not. And I think it's funny because, like, it always gets thrown back on the man. Again, like you say, and, yeah, can men be more? Yeah, but women are. Let's be clear,
I think for me, I think it really depends. See, that's narcissistic. Look at me. And I say it really depends for this reason. If you're dating someone, right?
Excuse me real quick, Fats. Hold on.
Okay.
I just want to let y'all know. Talking to Twins has hit the golden level. I have. Hey, listen, I love this dude right here, okay? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't know this man right here. This is my brother right here, man. I do anything in the world for this man. Rep, I appreciate you coming and talking to Twist, my brother. I appreciate you, big brother. Go back to what you were saying, please and thank you.
Okay, so like I let me say this first. In a scenario in which someone is literally using Facebook as their personal diary and telling whatever it is that needs to be told, that's somebody that you literally need to consider the factor that they don't look at you as a friend. What they need, they can't even get from you. Why are they with you? Because they're looking for somebody to give them something. And 9 out of 10 times, while a woman can be hoping that a man does say, hey, or what happened, 9 out of 10 times she's looking for somebody to actually pour something into her to help her just feel a little bit whole. And 9 out of 10 times, it's going to come from a woman, a friend, a random person who just going to comment or inbox her. Do you get what I mean? But in scenarios like, if he's already doing a whole bunch of shit and running around and he got all these people that people see him with, you can't be upset that she's blasting you on social media when everybody see you blasting her in the streets. Your shit's already in the streets. So you can't say social media is the problem. Why are you taking it to social media? Why are you taking it to the streets? If it's already out there for the world to see, you can't dictate who she tells when you showing it to everyone.
I definitely think social media is a problem. I don't think that it's the problem. I think social media just amplified it.
Exactly, because it's a person.
Amplified it. All your insecurities or all your whatever you thought about yourself. If somebody likes that picture or you got 50 likes on that picture, then it's like, okay, yeah, I believe that about myself. Versus, you know what I'm saying, just the person walking past you on the street. You don't get hollered at on the streets regularly, right? Male or female. But then you post a picture on Facebook and it builds your ego, you know what I'm saying, in no time. Because all of these people are liking your photos. Before, you was a lame. Nobody looked at you. Nobody paid attention. You might have got hollered at once or twice. But now, because you got 50 likes on your picture, your ego is now being boosted. It's okay to have ego, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But the boost of it comes from social media.
I take that a little bit further. I don't, the ego, I have a big problem with ego. A confidence and ego are two different things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you operate in ego, nobody can tell you shit. Nobody can correct you. So if you're confident, that's different. That exudes something. That's like when a woman walk in the room, she's not even trying to be anything. She turn her head. You know what I mean? So I think that's a problem too. Like when you operate in an ego, you operated in a very dangerous place.
A confident person responds to criticism well.
Right. An egotistical person is not going to listen to shit you say. Like, I know I'm right. You don't know what you're saying. I just had this conversation in my healing group. It's so funny this is coming up. But when women operate out of that egotistical, like, trait, it's an issue. But when you're confident, you can say, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. Like I said, as a woman, you can say, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. And for me, you know, with my husband, I even try to take it a step further. Okay, what can I do to make you feel better in the future? You understand what I'm saying? But that's
Hmm.
only if you're interested in having your partner or your friend or a relationship that you might be in, only if you have the interest in making that situation better or
And
a person
that
even
takes
past that,
confidence.
you
That
know.
takes confidence. That what you just said, that takes confidence, not ego. You know what I'm saying? Not
Yep,
narcissism. That takes confidence. To be confident enough to let your partner lead,
true, but women
male
don't
or
follow.
female. You know what I'm saying? To be confident enough in yourself and in your partner to let them lead. Okay, I could take the back seat on this. I'm gonna let him do this. Or I could take the back seat on this. I'm gonna let her do this. Versus, no, I'm gonna do this. No, you doing it wrong. Let me do this. Watch out, you doing it wrong.
That
So,
used to be me.
so how about playing the victim card then?
I've
That
done that.
go, yeah, yeah.
So I mean,
That goes back to
Britt.
ego. I
So
can
so
say I've
Britt,
done that.
no. I don't want to talk about you. We're not
Oh,
talking about
okay.
you. You know what I'm saying? I,
Okay.
don't take that even wrong. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I
I know what you
I
mean.
want
I heard
I
you
want to
say it
hear
twice.
your
Yeah,
views towards it happening towards you. Has that happened to you? You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
like even when you knew even if you knew you were in the right, you know what I'm saying? The facts were still the facts, and the card is still getting played. Like,
Yeah. 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 It's definitely happened to me.
you know, like
Yeah. And it didn't make me feel great, but again, like I said, a lot of the stuff that I did comment, you know what I'm saying, came from experience. Like a lot, narcissism doesn't respond well to criticism. You know what I'm saying? So
True.
now you as a person who's trying to figure out how to navigate through this this person's narcissism, I guess, for lack of a better word, it's like, well, how do you in doing that you kind of you short yourself sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you're doing it because it makes them happy. It may not be right, but it makes them happy, so you're going to do it. You're playing into their narcissism as opposed to checking it at the gate. And a man, if I like you enough, I'll probably do it. I'll play into it. You know what I'm saying? If I like you enough, but at some point, you know what I'm saying? There's gonna have to be a conversation about this. You can't like you can't make me you can't speak to me in this fashion in front of my mother, and my mother knows who I am. She knows the man that I am, that she raised. And it's like, wait a minute, why is this woman talking to the man that I raised this way? Like I know
Mm-hmm.
this man. You know what I'm saying?
so. How
So
many?
why is it being said that, you know what I'm saying, this man isn't doing what he's supposed to be doing, or whatever the case may be, from this narcissistic woman?
How
He's
many?
in the way, or you know what I'm saying?
But how many times you gonna sit right there and constantly let it happen before you finally say something?
Yeah, that's choices. That's choices and accountability. Because as a man, you know what I mean? You can sit there and take it for as long as you want to, though. But the key word is want to. You don't need to. You don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But that goes for any person, in any situation, a job for that matter. You know what I mean? If you don't like the job, you quit that job. You may
So
put
then,
in, you may mention the things that, you know what I'm saying, you're not very fond of. You know what I mean? If the
so
job doesn't respond to that, then it's the same with a relationship. If it's not
how,
being responded to, then you have to move on.
how many times do you gotta say something until?
Depends on the person, really, and how deep they are into that narcissism, I
Mm-hmm.
think.
Well, I said that earlier because if they've operated out of a place of trauma and they have those characteristics, it may take a man to guide her and help her, and it has to be a thing of like she's accepting that push from him. She
Right.
may need a little bit more, babe. Listen, babe,
Mm.
babe,
So
listen,
so we're
babe,
we're
listen.
gonna say number 11. My apologies, Patricia, for cutting you off. So we're
Go
gonna
ahead,
say
babe.
number 11, dependency and neediness.
I mean, I think a lot of times women take the whole thing of like that to like a whole nother level of like the need. Like, okay, for instance, I find this like a narcissistic trait for a woman. Like a man is playing his game, right? And I used to be this woman, and I kept the attitude. I did used to be this woman. I kept the attitude because he's been on a game for 4 hours. And it's, why you on a game? I need this. You on a game? No. Grown 42-year-old woman, play that fucking game for as long as you want. You understand what I'm saying? As long as you're not in the street. Like,
exactly. There you go. There you go.
4 hours versus him enjoying his time on the game for 3 or 4 hours. You gotta pick and choose. Like, what poison do you want? You want him on a game, or you want him in the street 4 hours? Like, and again, remember, like, some women, even though yes, that is a narcissistic trait, that also operates out of her insecurities, right?
Yeah.
What makes her insecure about that? That because me, I'm gonna sit next to my husband and talk shit to him while he's playing the game. Now, you know, that's just what I'm gonna do. But 22-year-old me that seen him on NBA Live from freaking the time he got off work until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I didn't understand. You know what I mean? Like I didn't have the understanding that I have now. It's like
you see
women,
him.
yeah.
For those 4 hours that you could be worrying about him, you see him.
But
you can come downstairs and see him. It might annoy the shit out of you, but you see him.
It ain't even annoying me at 42. Whatever you are doing that is bringing enjoyment in your life, I'm happy to see you do that.
Right.
That's me as a grown 42-year-old woman. Whatever you do that I see that brings enjoyment to you in your life, I'm just happy to see that you're enjoying that part of your life. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, as women, sometimes we have to remember everything ain't always about us. It's not. It can't always be me. It can't. And my husband will tell you, I'm a spoiled brat. My mom has spoiled me my entire life. And my husband will tell you, he'll say, half of this shit why you're so spoiled is because of me. You know, and sometimes I have to take a step back. Even now, even in my healing process, like, yeah, I was probably being a brat when I said that. I'm sorry. You know, it's just like those little things that men appreciate from their woman. And it could be your friend, whatever, that you're able to take that accountability and correct the behavior. So,
right.
You know, I think it has a lot to do with that as well.
You just said, I heard you say it more than once, you're 42. What comes with that is understanding, right? So a lot of people don't have knowledge and wisdom, though. You can't have understanding without knowledge and wisdom. You know what I'm saying? You have a level of understanding that a lot of these girls are missing out on because they're not talking to grandma, or they're not talking to mom, or mom not talking to them. You know what I'm saying?
Or mom exudes the same behavior as she does. That's
exactly. So they're just mimicking what they see.
Nah, because I remember one time my daughter's 22, and I remember hearing her talk to her boyfriend some kind of way. And I pulled her to the side. I was like, don't you ever let me hear you talk to that man like that. Not in my presence. That's not what we do. You're going to talk to him. But don't do all of that cussing and all of that. Don't be disrespectful.
Right.
Like I don't like that. I'm a firm believer in that. I try to be submissive as I can to my husband at all times. Like there is just a certain way that I will never speak to my husband on. And I think I said that earlier. You will never hear me say, "Shut the fuck up, you bitch ass." No, I'm never saying that.
Right.
Not because of him, but because who I am. I wouldn't want to hear the next female calling my brother that or my son that. You understand what I'm saying? That's where you gotta operate from. Like, I'm never gonna disrespect that man like that. Like, ever.
Those are fighting words.
Right.
Those are fighting words. If somebody was to say that to him on the streets, you looking at him like you're not gonna say nothing back. You're not gonna do nothing to him. You know what I'm saying? But you say these things and expect him to walk away, or not to say what he's saying, that they, whatever, bring up your insecurities or whatever. But like you just did what you did. You know what I'm saying? It's a provoking kind of thing where it's like, nah, I love you. I'm trying to get you together. I'm trying you know what I'm saying, bring you back from wherever it is that you're going right now, but you're already gone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And I'll even say this. I was just thinking, like, even as women, listen, before I say this, no woman on here get upset with me when I say this. Please don't get upset with me when I say this.
Speaking of First Amendment,
there's somebody on here that's going to get upset. Sometimes when our men cheat, it's because of us.
Can you talk a little bit? Hold on, can you talk a little bit? Can you bring that back and say that a little bit louder?
Hold on, my bad. Say that one more time.
Sometimes when a man cheats, it is because of us. It is because of us. It is because of us. And as a 42-year-old woman, I've been with my husband 25 years. We didn't deal with infidelity before. And I had to take a step back and really look at myself and examine myself. Were you doing what you were supposed to do? Were you operating in a certain energy? Were you talking to him in a certain energy? You understand what I'm saying? Those situations season me to be the woman that I am right now.
Yeah. Situational awareness is everything.
A lot of women will say, "No, I don't care what I did. That no.
Exactly. Yeah.
Accountability. I know the things that I did that made my husband do certain stuff when we were young. I'm fully conscious and aware of that. But that's a whole nother conversation. Because women will get pissed off with me saying that, but you do certain things that's pushing him out of the door. And I ain't trying to get on no sex stuff, but I hear women say, I ain't gonna do that. Okay, if you don't do it, another woman will. Believe that.
Right.
You know, I don't want to go there, but like, come on now, ladies, we gotta be accountable for our bullshit. Like, we have to be accountable for it. Like, and until we're ready to have that conversation and realize that we are the 4.4% of it. Hello?
Yeah, no. You're talking the truth.
I ain't gonna speak nothing but the truth. You know me. That's all I know.
Cassandra says, are you being who he needs you to be? Are you like asking her that as a direct question, or are you more or less commenting on what she's saying towards like the topic? I don't.
Oh, am I being who I need to be? Oh, honey, there is always check-ins around.
Resend it, Grip. You get back in.
We've been together 25 years. I know my place as a wife. I know how to let my husband lead. I know how to shut the fuck up and listen to what he's saying. I know how to take care of my home. I know how to have sex with my husband and give it to him so he knows where to come home tonight. You understand what I'm saying? And you learn those things as you get older. There's something called a love language. There's 5 of them. If you don't know them, check them out, look them up. They change. 1 might be 5 today, and 5 might be 2, and 2 might be 1. You got to be in tune with your spouse or your significant other to know those things. And you understand what I'm saying? There's a lot of shit that I've learned along the way that I like to just drop those little nuggets on my girls so that they know, because in my household, my parents argued every single day. All I knew was that. So as a young woman, I wasn't a woman then. I was a young woman. I operated in some of those same dumbass energies that I'm glad that I didn't really give my kids, because me and my husband, if we argued, we never did it in front of our kids. We closed the door and we discussed it. Even if we argued, it wasn't in front of them. You know, those are things that I've learned as a woman that is very important, because you have your daughters looking back at you. They're only going to reciprocate and do what they see, right? All of these behaviors are learned. Because women, we're raising queens now, you know? Like, I don't know, that's a whole nother conversation.
No, it's not. It ties in exactly to what you were saying. Like, you have to breathe that into them. If you're breeding ratchet, if you watching ratchet shit with your kids, as opposed to, you know, like how grandma and them taught us, you know what I'm saying? there's a difference. You partying with your child as opposed to teaching your child. You know what I'm saying? We got taught lessons. You know what I'm saying? We didn't party with our parents until we got grown.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's a huge issue too.
Oh, it is. Parents smoking weed with their 14-year-old. What the hell? Yeah, no.
Like that shit is crazy. You know what I mean? Like even with that, I can't even say that because I smoked with my mom, but she was still my mother though. You know what I'm saying? Even with a blunt in my hand, it was like, nigga, you gonna do the fuck I say. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't narcissistic. It wasn't like I didn't feel like I understand narcissism now because I understand my mom. I understand my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? I understand that it was nurturing. It wasn't narcissism. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't you stupid ass or you dumb or you dummy or you know what I'm saying? It was never any of that. We never got called names. We got screamed on. We got talked to. We got disciplined, but it was never name calling. So I watch these people, you know, these certain women with their children. You dumbass little mother. You know what I'm saying? You stupid little mother. Like you're talking to a child though. You know what I'm saying? You're talking to a child. So what are you teaching this little girl? Like you may not be saying that to the little girl, right? But you're saying it to your son. So now you're wondering why, as opposed now you're in a moment where you're wondering why your daughter is talking to your son like this, or why she's talking to her dad like this.
But I think that another thing is like with men, and I know this is about women, but that's why I always say, like, for a girl, her father is her first love. And whatever it is that he gives her or not gives her, she goes out the front door and goes seeking it. Period. Point blank. There is no argument. That is what happens, right? For me, I didn't really have a dad. I was neglected. So it was all of those things that I was always chasing after my husband to give me that he shouldn't have even be put in a position to even give me that because he was my lover, not my father. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of times you don't know those things when you're growing up and you're immature. But when you become a real woman and you operate in a certain energy, you are able to take a step back again and really be able to dissect those things to figure that out. But a lot of women, I'll say this, a lot of women will continue to operate in those narcissistic energies until they're able to take a step back, dissect their whole entire life. Because for me, I mean, even in my healing journey, there are times when certain things will pop up and I'm like, whoa, like, and I got to dissect it. It'll be stuff that I didn't even think that I even remembered. But when it comes up, I have to deal with those traumas, write it down, and I'm a part of a healing group. So, you know, it's certain things that come up, and I say this to my healing group, you know, this is going on. What can I do? I'm always like so open to their opinions to be able to help me because maybe their experience was the same as mine or worse than mine. So maybe they can give me a little bit of perspective. So I think until as women, we're able to take a step back and deal with those things, we are always going to operate in those type of energies, whether it's all 15 or 5 of 15. No matter what, none of those traits are good for any of us. Period. It's not. And if you have daughters, then guess what? Those 5 narcissistic traits that you carry, now you done gave your daughter 8 more. You see what I'm saying? So when you learn and you heal, you're able to properly. I always tell my daughter, she's 22. She is the most peaceful person, one of the most peaceful people that I've ever met, and I sincerely believe that came from the way that we raised her. She's, for the most part, very mild-mannered. She's just very laid back. She's very respectful. Like I said, when I heard her at 14 talking to a boy like that, no. Come over here, let mommy talk to you for a minute. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And as mothers, we got to do that, because if we don't, then we're going to be standing across the room and looking at ourselves, which really is our daughters. You know what I'm saying?
A reflection of you.
And sometimes that ain't pretty.
Yeah. to look into the mirror and not see what you like is not fun.
And when
You know what I'm
not
saying?
talking external, we're talking on
Right,
the
right,
internal thing
right.
that
Yeah.
she now is carrying because you weren't able to heal yourself and and correct certain things. So yeah, this is Twist podcast. I ain't trying to take over it. I'm
Right, talking to
just
Twist, baby. We
Nah,
lit, man.
nah, listen, listen.
This is
No, no,
this is
no.
mental
No,
health
y'all
talk.
dropping facts. I'm
Whatever.
okay with this. I'm okay with this. I'm looking
Yeah,
up stuff. I'm just
absolutely.
reading some more stuff real quick. I had to go to the bathroom also. That's why you just see me disappear and come back. I know I keep it real.
So Curtis, when you deal with women that are exuding those type of energies, do you correct it right away, or do you take a step back and wait a minute?
It depends on how much I like them. It honestly depends on how much I like them.
So if you really, really like, so if you really, really like,
and really, yeah, and really like what plans I foresaw in a conversation that we've already had. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm already making plans with the chick, then yeah, I got to check this at the door because I know this is going to be a problem. But if I haven't thought past, you know what I'm saying, tonight, then I'm probably not thinking about it. Like I see it, you know what I'm saying? But if I can still, for lack of a better word, if I can still get the draws, you know what I'm saying, then it won't really be an issue because I'm probably not going to call her no more. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm planning the future with this woman, then yeah, I absolutely have to say something because it's going to bother me.
Do you, when you meet a woman, because I know like with women, when they meet a man, they'll say like, I don't like this, this, and this. I won't accept this, and this. Like as a man, to avoid those type of women, do you say that to a woman, or do you take a step back and see what type of woman you're dealing with?
I mean, personally,
I try to see what type of woman I'm dealing with.
So then real quick, what if you actually tell a woman straight up, right? If she displays it all jump and you let her know like, hey, listen, you did A to C, and I'm not liking none of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the problem with this one, this is the problem with this one, and this is the problem with this one. And they say, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? You address it. And then, let's say a few days later, wham, they just throw one of them out. Then what?
Yeah, I'm mentally, I'm trying to figure out already how to approach this conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm already trying because I see the trait. I'm trying to figure out how to approach the conversation. One, you know what I'm saying. Two, what am I gonna say because I know who and what I'm dealing with now. You know what I'm saying? Like this isn't a nurturing personality. This is narcissism we're dealing with. So I got to choose my words correctly, or unless it's confrontational. You know, it's gonna be confrontational if I don't choose my words correctly.
It's like one of the joints is saying, like, you know what I'm saying? It says, don't feed into her validation. Do you feel as if as men we always feed into it?
Right. Like I don't want to. No, I don't. I'm definitely not going to feed into it. Like for a chick to be like, oh, I'm the baddest thing walking the earth. Like you should absolutely feel like that, right? You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna nurture that. You know what I'm saying? Like you my woman and I love you, but bitch, you the bad. Like now, listen, okay. I know I'm not the prettiest nigga walking, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be realistic. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I love you and you love me. You know what I'm saying? That's what matters. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm not the sexiest nigga in your brain. You know what I'm saying? Just like you should know. But again, like she says, insecurities though. If I'm thinking about who she's thinking about, you know what I'm saying, or anything like that, then I'm already at a loss. You know what I'm saying? Especially if she's a narcissistic woman. You know what I'm saying? She got another one on the way. If you're worried about what she's thinking about you, like you're here, you're in the game right now. So you know what I'm saying? Play it how it go. You know what I mean? But for the most part, if you see this from Jump Street, then yeah, it's up to you whether or not, you know what I'm saying, you want to nurture that or not. You know what I mean? Because if you choose to nurture that and not, you know what I mean, not confront it, you know what I mean, then you're stuck with it. You made that choice until you decide to not make that choice anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Do you feel like we try to take our time to learn their patterns?
Some people. I wouldn't say me, but yeah, some. So I mean, I pay attention for the most part. You know what I'm saying? The 2 or 3 different things. You know what I'm saying? That have happened maybe more than one time. It's like, all right, that's something I need to pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? Like, or something that you said earlier today. You know what I'm saying? And then you said it in the middle of the day, and now it's midnight, and you said it again. It's like, all right, well, maybe she actually means that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe you know what I'm saying? Because where there's smoke, there's fire. So she might mean that shit. You know what I mean? Like but it's about paying attention and about your plans really with that woman, with said narcissistic woman, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you thinking past tonight? You know what I'm saying? Because anybody who finds narcissism attractive is kind of weird anyway.
Yeah.
To me, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and it's like you got to think about it once again as what they say inside the statistic. I don't know if you heard me, but I'm gonna say it again. 7.7% of men will develop narcissism in life, versus only 4.8% of women. So once again, like we're pretty much.
What?
Huh?
Wait, read that again. Read that again.
Yeah. 7.7% of men will develop narcissists in life, versus only 4.8% of women.
Wow. Okay.
So when you think about that, it's pretty much like the men. We know them every 3 men to not to change the subject, but some men like the toxic behavior. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. Some men.
Okay, yeah, but see, that's these new niggas though,
Yeah.
bro. Like this, like real life. Like that's these new niggas. Like you know what I'm saying? Like the mommy complex. You know what I'm saying? The beta male. You know what I'm saying? Like take care of me. Like okay, I'll do what you say. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of dude. Like I get that. You know what I'm saying? But like for a man, like we're like a man, you know what I'm saying? Like a dude who was raised by men.
But if that isn't, so let's say if a female knows she's toxic, why wouldn't she just stay her toxic stuff away from that good man other than crashing him out?
Because it's no fun. It's never any fun doing the right thing.
Just to add, you know what I'm saying? If toxic is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, a reason why she's
it's no fun. Like being good is no fun. That's why the world is as fucked up as it is. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? That's how it is, you know what I mean? That's just the world we live in. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
Toxic is the new toxic. A toxic male or toxic woman is the new Romeo or Juliet. Like Romeo and Juliet is the new like couples goal, I guess. You know what I'm saying? The toxicity of this shit. I don't know. Some men like toxic women. You know what I'm saying? Some women like toxic men, but it's just weird to not like a regular woman. You know what I'm saying? Or not like a regular man. Like I want a woman to disrespect me. Like nah, bro.
Because she doesn't want the next woman to have. Yes.
It's like the sister said though. Like the sister said that a father is a daughter's first love. A mother is a son's first love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you look for that nurture. You know what I'm saying? You definitely, in a way, you don't necessarily look for a mom, or you shouldn't be looking for a mom, but you definitely look for that nurture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if everything is about her, then it's like, where's that time for us?
Yes.
If all I'm doing is helping you work on you, where's the time for us? Because I got some shit too. You know what I'm saying? You see these Louis bags back here? You know what I'm saying? Like I brought mine too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, but I'm helping you. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, come on.
It's just one of those things. Like I said, this you can look for those traits. I just feel like this will always be somewhat of a touchy, sensitive conversation and thing when you bring up, just because, like I said, me personally, from what I've seen, went through, heard, you know what I'm saying, what we all been discussing, most of the time, women will divert it back on men, nor will they accept that accountability or just accept the fact that they are a narcissist.
Accountability tastes like ass to anybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't chew on accountability. That shit tastes like ass for anybody, but especially for a woman. You know what I'm saying? Especially for a woman. To hear a woman admit wrong is like, all right, nigga, the seal is broken, the seas have parted, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh wait, you said you were wrong?
In the comments. I just want to say, Trisha, I mean, Grip, man, we probably gonna get ready to wrap up, bro. I don't mean,
yeah, for sure.
Man,
for sure.
Know, I love you for pulling up, fam. I truly do.
You're already, man.
Pulling up. Oh man, look, damn. Nah, dang, man. Uda Puda, what's up, Nina? You came through. I appreciate you. We've seen it in the comments. That's one of the things that I really want. That's the reason why I wanted to wrap it up, because like I've seen it, and throughout time, it still got swung back towards men. Even though, you know what I'm saying, even when we brought men into it, you know what I'm saying, we still seen
a lot of men was raised by their mamas too.
Yeah, that way also.
Hey, it's 360, bro. Yeah, I'm just saying.
It's one of those things where it's like me personally, I feel as if some women may admit it, but most will not. I may be wrong. Once again, that's just me. That's just me. And you know what I'm saying? We as women can't take it. Can't take that. I mean, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing towards what we call life. You know what I'm saying? That's why we always say men got to take it on the chin and keep it rolling.
Hey, man, that's what we do, man.
So it's one of those things where it's just like, all right, we know we are. It's like, we know we are, but what are you? And when we say that, it's so what? Yeah. You're still one more, or you're still this. So it's one day, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Well, not even like I said, like Patricia said, one day that woman has to become a woman who's going to be able to accept and acknowledge and be able to heal and be able to call out herself on her nose.
Hey, I got a word for you. TD Jake said, "Are you a wife when you meet him?" You keep talking about your wife material, but are you a wife when you meet him? Do you know what that definition is? Are you a wife when you meet him? You keep talking about you looking for a husband.
That is strong.
Be a wife when you meet him.
That is true.
Yeah. Amen.
I appreciate you pulling up. Everybody who's here, who's still here to the end, I appreciate every single one of y'all. Talking to Twist, it was another great night of talking. Once again, I appreciate everybody who pulled up tonight, who pulled through. Grip, you are to hit the jack whenever, fam. I appreciate you once again. I love you, fam. Love everybody here once again. Everybody have a beautiful night. See y'all tomorrow. Everything, man. I love you, fam. Appreciate you, man, for tuning in.
People, smoke weed every day.
You already know. Get high. Get high.
Love you,
I love you too, man. Good. All right, everyone, man. Grip, dog, I appreciate you one more time, fam.
You're all right.
Signing out, man. I appreciate everybody for tuning in once again. Thank you for everybody who tuned in, who commented. You know what I'm saying? Please don't take nothing to offense. Everybody's here to express their First Amendment. Everybody have a beautiful night. Good night. See y'all tomorrow. Love everybody. I love you too. Thank you. Everybody have a good night. Have a blessed night. Love y'all.